Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. This is the long-awaited, the amazing Hippie slash Hipster event, but it's actually the Hippie versus Hipster event. So this is an event that I've had in the works. I've had it done for a while, but you guys just didn't want to vote for it. But so I forced it because it's been on the poll for far too long. So I figured I'd just force it so it finally comes out. So this is the long-awaited Hippie versus Hipsters event. So let's get into it. So the startup. Apu, Larry Kidkill and Krusty all tell the mayor that sales have gone down lately due to some unknown and unspeakable event, and now things are shaping back to the way things were. They need to increase the tourism. Everyone wants to go to LA or New York, and they need a good reason for people to come to Springfield. So make business owners advertise to tourists, make Quimby increase the tourism budget, and this will not the event. So basically it's based around COVID. I understand that. They don't have to explicitly say, oh, it's COVID, but just hint at it. I guess this event would be best placed when COVID is back to normal, because that's kind of where COVID's kind of like ended and things are starting to go back to normal. I know they kind of are now, but when it's like properly, just because that's kind of what I designed it around. So the 4 act currencies are Devil Donuts, is Act 1, Act 2 is Solar Panels, Act 3 is the Groovy Groove Juice, and Act 4 is the Hippie Virus. Don't worry, you'll see it when it comes. So in Act 1, there is no Gills deal, by the way. I decided against it just because there was another episode I could have put a bunch of stuff in, and I would have made just a straight up hipster event, but I wanted to not do that, and I kind of wanted to have the whole hippie versus hipster thing. So I haven't done a Gills deal, but I'm sure there's multiple things that you could do for it. But in Act 1 anyway, you're going to get Emily with Devil Donuts for 150 donuts. So this is the building Devil Donuts. Now this could just be a skin for Lard Lad, but considering we've got so many unique Lard Lads as it is, and you can buy multiple Lard Lads anyway, I think it's fine just making this its own unique building. And it will come with Emily as a character. So Quimby tells the business owners that a bunch of hipsters are coming to town. It's the only crowd who will come to Springfield, as it's so lame it's cool now. Quimby gives them tips on what the hipsters will want, and they'll be terrible tips. Make business owners pander to hipsters, ×5. Make Quimby welcome the hipster crowd, and make Springfielders earn Devil Donuts, and this will unlock Terrence's camper. So you will unlock this little camper van here with the little Devil Donut stand. I know we've got Devil Donut stands in the game already, but this is going to be unique in the sense that there's going to be one behind it, and obviously the Devil Donut carts will just return to the store as normal. The business owners complain as the hipsters are going to set up donut carts and not come into their businesses. A hipster tells Krusty that his burgers encourage bad animal welfare. One tells Larry that the zoos are not cool, man. And one tells Apu that he's playing into a racist stereotype. So you make business owners change their businesses, ×5. Make Quimby tax the donut stands. Make Springfielders earn Devil Donuts, and this will unlock King Tokes. So I think this one should probably just be a facade for King Toots. I don't think this one being its own unique building is necessary. The Devil Donuts one is a bit different just because we've got so many Devil Donuts there's so many different Lard Lads as it is. I guess they could make a unique building. I wouldn't be that bothered, but if I had to pick, I'd say this one should be a skin. And Terrence is angry that Quimby is taxing him more and tells him that he's hurting an honest small businessman just to help out the big guy. He tells Quimby he has a family and an armadillo to feed. Plus, more businesses will open and donut discounts go a long way. So you make Quimby hear about Terrence's story, make business owners finally rake in profits, make Springfielders earn Devil Donuts, and this will unlock Chewy. Chewy will be an NPC, so he'll just walk around the town. He's a little armadillo. Obviously, he's the pet of Terrence and his family, so yeah, thought I'd throw him in there. Terrence tells Quimby that he should expand loans for small businesses to grow. That way the town will become more popular and the money will keep raking in. Quimby is unsure. He normally doesn't do work like this, but Terrence throws in some coffee with those free donuts or those discounted donuts. So you make Quimby change the loan scheme, make business owners start to see their profits drop, make Springfielders earn double donuts, and this will unlock Protozoa records. This building anyway. And then finally, the business owners are angry at Quimby for selling them out. Quimby tells them that their time is done. If they can't adapt to the change and pay taxes like everyone else, then that's it. Krusty then notices the donut crumbs on him, and he's like, that was a bullshit speech. You're just doing it for the donuts. So you make business owners attack Quimby, make Quimby run away from angry business owners, and make Springfielders earn devil donuts, and this will unlock Terrence as a full playable character. I think this one's a solid Act 1. The characters aren't like amazing, don't get me wrong, but I think there's some good buildings in there. Act 2 comes along. You have Corduroy? Is that how you say it? Corduroy with the birthday abandoned factory. So obviously we have got something that looked, I swear this was already added, and I think the one thing that I'm mistaking it for is the Outlands factory that we have in the game, but this is technically a separate building. So yeah, we'll add that into the game with Corduroy for 150 donuts. So Quimby is told by Lisa that he's doing a good job and his approval ratings are through the roof. He tells her he's aware he's never been this deep in donuts before and says that he ought to listen to Terrence more. Terrence has one more suggestion. Don't just pander to the tourists. Get some goddamn residents. So make Quimby incentivize new residents, make Lisa talk good about Quimby, make Terrence find a new home, and make Springfielders earn solar panels, and this will unlock the hipster RV, as you can see here, or a hipster van. Quimby is told by Cookie that she hasn't sold many houses. Most of the hipsters tell her that the houses are lame. She can't even sell on the west side. Quimby tells Roscoe that he needs more houses that are acquired to the hipsters' tastes. So you make Quimby research suitable hipster homes, make Springfielders watch their town change, ×5, make Cookie Kwan sell hipster homes, and make Springfielders earn solar panels, and this will unlock a little bundle of hipster homes. So you have this one and this one. It's just a bit of a bundle. So just getting two buildings in here, 2 in one prize. I think they've done it before, so I don't see the issue of it. A bunch of hipsters begin to protest the power plant. Quimby and Burns ask what the hell is happening to Terrence, and he tells them that they're just not happy with nuclear energy. They need something greener and safer, but he knows the man for the job. So you make Burns plan to change the plant, make Quimby pay off Burns, make Terrence get help, and make Springfielders earn solar panels, and this will unlock the energy crafting machine, as you can see right here. So it's like an old timing machine. It's at the end credits. But I really like this little segment with the energy crafter, so I figured, why not add him in? I think he'd be a funny little character. The energy crafter says that he can transform the plant into something the hipsters will love. Just give him the time to distract the distract the protesters. Quimby tells Terrence to put the best goddamn event he can. So you make Terrence set up an event people won't forget. Make Burns watch his plant change and make Springfielders earn solar panels, and this will unlock the hipster fair. So this will be, obviously the statue won't be there, but this will just be, these kind of stalls and then a thing in the middle, like one of those kind of buildings we've got in the past. So like a 6 in 1. And then finally, the craftsman is done with and the hipsters are no longer protesting, but now the town is perfect and they have no complaints. So they leave. Quimby tells Terrence to make them stay, but it's out of his control. Make Quimby try to stop the hipsters from leaving, make Terrence pack up his family and move, make Springfielders earn solar panels, and this will unlock the Energy Crafter as a full playable character. Then Act 3 comes along, so you've got the Groovy Groove, this is meant to be Groove, not Groovy Grove, Groovy Groove farmhouse with Seth for 150 donuts. So Quimby is in the deep doo-doo, and the business owners want revenge. They've changed everything about the town, and now no one wants to stay. Even Springfielders are leaving. So you make Quimby look for a new market to pander to, make business owners hunt for Quimby, make Springfielders ponder leaving the town, ×5, make Homer think of suggestions, and make Springfielders earn Groovy Groove juice. And this will unlock the Homer J Memorial Shed, or Muriel Shed. Muriel. Yeah, so you get this cool little shed here with this painting on the side of it. I think be pretty cool. Seth and Munchie give Quimby the suggestion that they go back to normal, but are allowed to make their groovy groove juice to raise the town's profits. They offer to tell the hippies that Springfield is a safe place now as long as he allows them to sell their juice to the town in mass. Make Quimby accept the deal, make Springfielders earn groovy groove juice, and this will unlock Seth and Munchie's car, as you can see here. Very cool. So you get the hippies on the whatever it says. Quimby has a suspicion that this could go bad, so he asks Homer to investigate the area that they live in. Obviously the barn and all that. Homer asks what he will get in return, and Quimby offers the rest of his devil donuts. So you make Homer eat devil donuts, and make Homer investigate, make Quimby get stressed out due to the hippies, and make Springfielders earn groovy groove juice, and this will unlock Ginsberg as an NPC. I thought it was kind of funny, so I thought why not throw him in there as a little NPC. So, yeah. Homer tells Quimby he only found a cute dog, but Quimby is not impressed nor happy with these results. He asks Wiggum to find out instead, telling him that if there is one edgy sign, one hint of anti-Springfield sentiment, then shut it all down. So you make Wiggum raid the groovy farm, make Eddie and Lou assist Wiggum, make Quimby miss the hipsters, and make Springfielders earn groovy groove juice, and this will unlock the groovy groove barn, as you can see here. So you get the entire farm in parts. I know it's not like, sometimes they do this, sometimes they don't, but I just think personally the house is one thing, the barn, like that's two buildings right there in my opinion. So like, because this would earn money because it's a house, and this would earn money because it's a business. So I think splitting them up's fair. This though will be a decoration, obviously. Munchie and Seth tell Quimby that the juice is just to get everyone in a loving mood, so their ideas would be easier to swallow. They ask Quimby to take the drink and hear their ideas, but Terrence arrives, telling Quimby, "No, don't drink that juice. The hipsters are coming back to save Springfield." That's meant to be save, not safe. Save Springfield from these hippies. Make Terrence declare war on the hippies. Make Quimby thank Terrence for coming back. And make Springfielders earn groovy groove juice. And this will unlock Munchie as a full playable character. Boom! Act 4 comes along. So you got the Woodstock Festival with the busker. I know the busker is just a random guy who was just, busking. But, I don't know, I think he was significant enough. That really funny joke where the Stamp the Ticket Man punches him. So I figured why not throw him in there. There probably were, there were a few more characters I had in mind. But the issue is I didn't want to throw in another episode. So I stuck with the day the Earth stood cool. And I stuck with... what's it called? Doe in the Wind, and I also stuck with the Mona episode. And the busker is like the only character who doesn't really fit in there, but I wanted a hippie, right? And I don't want to like... Hippies are quite rare. Hipsters, there's lots of people who you could define as a hipster, whereas like hippies, it was kind of difficult to find a lot of them. So yeah, I went with him, but I figured they could make a character out of him. I don't see why not. So Terrence tells Quimby that pretty much every town has done what they did, and they decided to come back to Springfield because it still has problems they can complain about. But when they saw the hippies were taking over, well, that can't happen. He tells Quimby that although they agree a lot, the hippies want to take action, but the hipsters just want to complain about those actions not being taken, making them mortal enemies. Quimby tells Terrence that most of the town have been infected with this juice, but Terrence tells them that he can fight fire with fire. So you make Terrence gather the smartest minds, make Quimby follow Terrence's lead, make Springfielders earn the hipster virus, and this will unlock the hippie protesters, you can see here. So you get them as a crowd. I know I hate crowds, whatever. Also, by the way, if you're thinking this is a terrible characterization of hippies and hipsters, yes, I understand, okay? That's the point. I know it's not like the greatest characterization of them, but mainly the reason why I did it is just so I could have this weird little war. So Terrence asks Mrs. Frink if they can make a virus that affects the hippies and the hippies alone. She says she can do it if he gets her a sample of an older hippie's hair. Terrence tracks down Mona Simpson and asks her if he can take a strand of her hair. So you make Terrence ask for hair, make Homer save his mother from Terrence, make smart people create the hippie virus. I don't know who this could be. I guess this should be like Frink. I'm not sure if there's a category for this yet, but like Frink, Mrs. Frink, Stephen Hawking, those kind of people. Sort of scientists or those kind of, yeah, those types. And make Springfielders earn the hippie virus, and this will unlock the warfare laboratory. The germ warfare laboratory. So yeah. Homer is too late and Terrence takes Mona's hair, and Mrs. Frank creates the virus. Homer tells his mother that she has to lead the hippies into battle against the hipsters, but Mona tells Homer she is far too old and also kind of dead, and so can't. So you make Homer take on the mantle, make Terrence go to war, make Munchie go to war, make Quimby cower in fear, and make Springfielders earn the hippie virus, and this will unlock Hippie Homer as a costume for Homer. I think it'd be a very awesome costume to have. Homer leads the army of hippies against Terrence and the mayor. There is a battle between the virus and the juice. Make Homer create the battle plan, make Terrence counter Homer's battle plan, make Springfielders earn the hippie virus, and this will unlock the hippies van. Let's get this cool little thing. The battle commences, both sides fight, but as they fight, Mona, but younger, comes out and gives a speech that they can all unite and love on common grounds, not fight on the grounds they disagree on. She tells them that Springfield can be a place of love and acceptance for all, for both hippies and hipsters alike. So you make Munchie listen to Mona, make Terrence listen to Mona, make Homer listen to Mona, and make Springfielders earn the hippie virus, and you unlock young Mona as a character. Should be a skin, I get it, but because they've obviously already done it with multiple other characters, they should do it with Mona. So you get young Mona as a full playable character. Epilogue. The hippies and hipsters get along and share Springfield, but the hippies go off to DC to protest the far-right Democratic Party. And the hipsters go off because Shelbyville has bigger problems than Springfield now. Quimby begs them all not to leave, but they do. Quimby is happy at least. Everything can open up again. But the business owners tell him, because of this hippie virus, they have to close. Again. So you make business owners close their businesses and make Quimby consider resigning. Basically, tying it back to the whole COVID theme. So that was my quest line and the prizes and all that. So I hope you enjoyed all that. So now let's look at some tasks. So for Emily, we have knit a diaper for 60 minutes. So in the episode, she's like knitting a diaper whilst it's on her little baby. So it should just basically be on a chair knitting a diaper. Set up Devil Donuts. Set up the Devil Donuts Empire for 4 hours. This will be at the Devil Donuts building. Go to a hipster mom meetup for 8 hours. This will be at, could be anywhere really. Probably, if you have the factory, it'll be at the factory. If you don't have the factory, it will be at the Brown House or something like that. Burn baby formula for 12 hours. So this will be her with baby formula, throwing it into a little fire because she hates baby formula. And then encourage breastfeeding online for 24 hours. For Terrence, we have settle donuts for 60 minutes. This will be an animation. So this will be outside any Devil Donut cart you own or outside of his truck. And he'll just be having a box of donuts, and NPCs will walk past and he'll just sort of, have the money in the air and sell the donuts. Redecorate the Brown House for 4 hours. That will be obviously in the Brown House, but if you own it, also in the Cool House. Come up with new donut ideas for 8 hours. That will be again Brown House or Cool House. Walk Chewy for 12 hours. So this will be an animation that includes Chewy the NPC, and it'll basically just be this, him walking Chewy around. And work with the mayor to improve hipster relations for 24 hours. That'll be him and the mayor in the town hall. For the baby, I forget his name, chase a cat angel for 60 minutes. I struggled for tasks for her because A, she's a baby, and B, she doesn't do much in the episode. She's just kind of there. She's a prop. But I figured why not have her like chase this little cat that was on this newspaper. So she'll just be running around chasing this little angel cat. Be cool among other babies for 4 hours. This will be at any sort of childcare place you have. So if you have the what's it called? Ayn Rand's one. It could be there, or it could just be at the Brown House again. Spend time with Mother for 8 hours. This will be with her and Emily in the Brown House. Sneak formula for 12 hours as we hear looking from left to right, and then whipping out a sort of formula bottle, like a baby bottle of milk, and she'll just be drinking it and looking around, and then she'll hide it in either in a top or diaper or whatever. And then have a birthday party for 24 hours. This will be at the warehouse. And then for the craftsman, we have the energy craftsman. We have operate the energy crafter for 60 minutes. This will be him on that machine that's in the prize track. this thing. It'll just be him on that, operating it. I know Burns and Smithers do it in the episode, but obviously for the sake of his, I want a cool animation with it, so I'll give it to him. Give Burns tips for 4 hours. This will be him in the power plant. Work at the plant for 8 hours. That will be a shift at the plant. Make a brew for 12 hours. This will be him making a coffee, basically. And then attend the hipster fair for 24 hours. That will be at the hipster fair or whatever it's called. This one here. I'll be there. And then we have, for Seth, we have protest for 60 minutes. Quite simply, just him protesting. Host a meeting for 4 hours. That will be in the Groovy Groove farmhouse. Sell Groovy Groove juice for 8 hours. That will be anywhere really. Quickie Mart maybe. Mall, any sort of store. Make Groovy Groove juice for 12 hours. This will be him. A little machine will sort of form in front of him, and he'll just be basically emptying the Groovy Groove juice into the bottles and then screwing the cap on and then just doing it and then repeat. And then promote free love for 24 hours. That will be anywhere, the church maybe. And then for Munchie, we have walk Ginsberg for 60 minutes. It'll be him walking Ginsberg, the little dog. Curse Hipsters for 4 hours. This will be any sort of hipster building. Create a new batch of juice for 8 hours. This will be in the barn. Drink Groovy Groove juice for 12 hours. This will be him walking around with a Groovy Groove juice bottle and chugging it down. And then make a deal with the mayor for 24 hours. That will be him and the mayor. And then for the busker, we got busk for money for 60 minutes. It will be him walking around the town playing his busking, basically playing his guitar and singing. And that will be for 60 minutes of animation. Busk outside the Quickie Mart for 4 hours. Busk outside the Krusty Burger for 8 hours. These won't be animated. They'll just be inside the Quickie Mart or Krusty Burger. And then get punched over and over for 12 hours. Now this could have the Just Stamp the Ticket Man. Or it could just be a random NPC. This is my proposal, okay? So it's a random NPC when we first unlock the busker, but once the Just Stamp the Ticket Man is added to the game, you replace that animation, you fix it with Just Stamp the Ticket Man. Because I don't want to have Just Stamp the Ticket Man in the game as just an NPC in some minor character's tasks, but I also don't want an NPC just to replace it. So that's my middle ground. And then finally, perform at Woodstock. Which, my idea for this character is his dream is just to play at Woodstock. So at the end of it, he manages to play at Woodstock. Yeah. And then we have the hippie Homer. So throw confetti for 60 minutes. Will be him walking around, then just balling out confetti in his hands. Freak out people for 4 hours. That will be the Springfield Park, probably the entrance. Free the kids of education for 8 hours. That will be the school. Play with the frisbee for 12 hours. That'll be him throwing around a frisbee. It'll be outside of the barn, and then the frisbee will like go into the barn, and then he'll like look the other way and then run away. And then promote hippie life for 24 hours. That will be anywhere. Simpsons house maybe. Could be Town Hall. And then finally for young Mona, we have dance like it's the 1970s or whatever year. I probably should put, just because of the timeline, I probably should put dance like you're at Woodstock. For 60 minutes, that'll be an animation of her just sort of dancing. Spread free love for 4. I know this should be 60s, 60s or 70s. I guess it would be 60s. But again, just change this to dance like it's like she's at Woodstock, or dance like you're at Woodstock. Spread free love for 4 hours. This will be probably the church. Avoid police for 8 hours. This will be in any sort of plant, tree, bush, whatever. Just she'll be like avoiding them. Protest for 12 hours. Pretty self-explanatory, just protesting, a bit like Seth's task. And then stop germ warfare for 24 hours. That will be at the germ laboratory. So that is my Hippies versus Hipsters event. I think there's I think there's a lot to be seen here. I kind of at first I was making two events, right? I was making a hipster event and then I was making a hippie event, and then I just sort of combined the two. There is more for the. I started with the hippies, and that was where I sort of ran into a brick wall, because the issue is there's just not enough content for a hippies up there. At least I didn't find enough that I felt really fit. So I ran into the hipsters, but they're technically, obviously, they're quite different, hippies and hipsters. So I figured we'd sort of combine the two. I could make an entire update from Hipsters, and maybe in like 2 years or 3 years time, if they haven't added any of this stuff, I might redo this video and do a full-on hipster update, because there was an episode, a really recent episode, where there was a lot of sort of hipster-like stuff. Not great on characters, but certainly great on buildings. So yeah, anyway, that's the update. That's my idea. I hope you enjoyed. Long awaited. I'm so glad to finally get this out. So look at the Discord. I'm obviously going to be doing a mini update next, so there's going to be a poll in the Discord for what mini update you want to see. But then, after I've done that mini update, the mini update, whatever you guys choose, there will be a new poll in the Discord that will have 4 brand new major updates that I've never proposed before, so stay tuned. So thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.